Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from Texas, welcoming all of you to Bhakti Sangha conference call. I thank all of you for attending this session. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. I would like to read the 10 offenses to the holy name, which are to be avoided, written by Srila Vyasadeva in Padma Purana. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the name of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal or to be independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the order of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in Vedas as fruitive activity, Karmakanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have a complete faith in chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success of Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining today's Bhakti Sangha conference call. Let us move on to our next part of the session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. Before that, may I know who all joined this morning?
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Anita Ramya from Madurai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Ramya Mataji, Danat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call and all glories to your services. Wherever you are always in service. So that shows how good devotee you are, Mataji. May I become like you. So thank you, Mataji, for joining. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada, Shri Gurudev Vijay Vrinda, Bal Vrinda Dandavat.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving a recitation. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Nice to see you, Mataji. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika. Go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. My Dandavat Pranams to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Guru Maharaj. This is Susmita from Canada.
Hare Krishna, Shushmita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving a recitation. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj's. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Nana.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining every single day, giving your recitation. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you, Dandavat Pranam to all the devotees. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to Assembled devotee. This is Mohini Lakshmi from Detroit.
Hare Krishna, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. This is Radha Pyari Devdasi from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, Radha Pyari Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining and chanting so beautifully every single day. Welcome to the call.
हरे कृष्णा, विनीता गंधर्विका माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय। श्री श्यामा गौरी देवदासी from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shama Gauri Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation, and all glories to your wonderful services, Mataji. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा माता
Hare Krishna Mataji, and with pranam to all devotees and Guru Maharaj and Guru. This is my first time, Mataji. I am Sarvakanta Shiromani Dasi from Canada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sarvakanta Shiromani Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to our group, Mataji. Thank you so much for joining us. We all welcome Mataji with by chanting 3 times Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol,
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Thank you,
Please keep
Mataji, for
joining.
joining us. Please do join us every single day. We have everyday chanting and everyday Bhagavatam. Hari Bol.
Yes,
We have
Mataji.
other
I will.
classes too, Mataji. If you join our WhatsApp group, you'll know everything. We have mid-morning Chaitanya Bhagavat. We have several other classes.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you to Sushmita Mataji. She introduced me your group. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sushmita Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Myself Jyoti from Sholapur, India. Thank you, Mataji, for your kind services and your great support. Always you're there for support us. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Radha Jyoti Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call. Yeah, we'll continue. Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Akhanda Liladhar Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 9th chapter, 21st verse. Before I hand over the call to Prabhuji, I would like to read a brief introduction about Prabhuji. Akhanda Liladhar Prabhuji is a disciple of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. He joined ISKCON in 2012, got initiated 2013, and he got initiated in second initiation in 2017. He finished Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav. Currently, his services are congregation and youth preaching, book distribution, delivering lectures on various forums. Like today, he's delivering a lecture on Bhakti Sangha, and he's also main lead person for opening the centers, and his academic qualifications are BA in economics and Japanese language, worked as a Japanese language translator for 10 years. Indian classic music he have learned for 5 years, and he also knows Vastu Shastra and handwriting analysis, numerology. He knows many other things, and we are very fortunate to have him on the call. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I see you on the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept
Yeah,
our...
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah, Pranam.
Yeah.
Am I audible? My
Yes,
voice is
Prabhuji.
clear?
Yeah. Yes. Is it okay if you can on video? Is that possible?
Just a moment, yeah.
Okay. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept
Hare Krishna.
our obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. We are really fortunate to have you on the call, and we are happy to hear from you today. Bhagavatam Prabhuji, over to you. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Thank you. 29th verse, right? We are on?
Yes,
29th.
Prabhuji.
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayan Namaskritam Naram Chaiva.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, it is 21st verse, 7th canto, 9th chapter, 21st verse.
21st or 29th?
21, Prabhuji, 21.
21, okay.
Yes. Hare Krishna.
So there has been a series of prayers of Narasimha. You are continuing with this, or this is
Yes,
just a random
Prabhuji.
topic?
No, it's in continuation, Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank you. Yes. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiriye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah. Yes. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास्ति गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णु Traditionally, okay, so I just want to check, my voice is clear? It's audible?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji,
Yes,
we can
Prabhu.
hear you clearly. Yes.
Okay, okay, thank you so much. So today we are going to take from prayers Narsimha, how Prahlad Maharaj pacifies Narsimha is one of my very favorite prayers, and Prahlad Maharaj starts very humbly. That's Brahmadaya Suragana Manayato Siddhaha Satvaikatana Matayos Vachasam Prabahe Naraditun Bhagwan Vipru Kim Tushtum Arati Samay Hari Gurjate. I am coming from a demoniac family and I don't have any qualification. And there are so many people like demigods like Brahmaji and Shivji and Rudra, Marutaha, and there are so many sages, so many rishis, so many demigods. They are trying to please you, but you are not getting pleased. So what to talk about me, because I am such a fallen soul coming from a family of demons, and very humbly. But Prahlad Maharaj is very hopeful also, because Lord gets pleased not by the external qualification. Lord gets very pleased by the internal absorption of a living entity. So it depends upon a person where his absorption is, whether he is materially absorbed or he's transcendentally absorbed. So manne dhanabhijana rupa tapas sutaujas teja prabhava bala paurusha buddhi yoga. Naradhanai bhavanti parasya pumsa bhaktya tutosha bhagavan gajayutapaya. And Prahlad Maharaj says you get satisfied only by devotion and nothing else. Neither beauty, neither strength, neither fame, neither austerity, only by devotion, and only by devotion. Bhaktya tutosha. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says bhakti yoga, bhakti yoga, bhakti yoga dhana, bhakti krishna nama smarana krandana. The most important thing is bhakti, devotion towards Lord. So here we are going to start with this. Continue for you. It's continuing that 9.21 and 21st verse of this chapter. Maya manah srijati karma mayam baliyah. Even you can recite one line. Maya manah srijati karma mayam baliyah. कालेन चोदित गुणान् अनुमतेन पुंसः छन्दोमयं यद् अजय अर्पित षोडशारम् संसार चक्रम अज कोतितरे त्वदन्यः. So this prayer, the translation: O Lord, O Supreme Eternal, by expanding your plenary portion, you have created the subtle bodies of the living entities through the agency of your external energy, which is agitated by time. So we try to simplify it as much as possible, very philosophical. That Lord expands him to almost everything in this world, whatever we see. It may be animate objects or inanimate. Everything is nothing but expansion of Lord. So there are Swausha, there are Vibhinna Usha. Swausha is Lord's own incarnation, and Vibhinna Ushas are the living entities. And Lord has three major energies, that is external energy, internal energy, and marginal energy. And living entities is coming from marginal energy, external energy is Maya, and internal energy is spiritual energy of Lord. So we will not go into details, but Lord is expanding himself into material energies, and through their material energies, there is a creation of subtle bodies of the living entities. So Lord Krishna manifests himself into Vishnu, that is Mahavishnu, and from Mahavishnu there are innumerable universes is getting manifested, and in each and every universe And when Lord Mahavishnu glances on the material energy, just by the glance, the material energy gets agitated, and with that, there's a manifestation of many living entities in the whole universe. It's like a simple example is like how a man is impregnating a woman, and similarly, Lord is just by a glance, he impregnates the material energy with innumerous universes. And at the same time, he's also creating bodies of the living entities. The gross body, which is made of material elements, Dharti, Agni, Jal, Vayu, Akash, earth, ether, fire, air, water, made of, and also subtle energy that constitutes mind, intelligence, and ego. So, Lord here is creating subtle bodies of many living entities through the agency of your external energy. External energy is Maya, which is agitated by time. Thus, the mind entraps the living entity in unlimited varieties of desires to be fulfilled by Vedic directions of Karma Kand and the 16 elements. Who can get free from this entanglement unless he takes shelter at your lotus feet? So, Lord here impregnates the universe with living entities. Why this is so? You will find the reason in the purport itself. And unlimited varieties of desires the living entity will have. Why they will have? It's not just by chance they are having unlimited desires. In the previous kalpa, when there has been ultimate destruction of the whole universe, and after that destruction, all the living souls getting merged into the body of Mahavishnu. So at that point of time, when they are merging, their level of consciousness, the type of consciousness, in which mode their consciousness is, either goodness, passion, or ignorance, and what sort of desires they are having with, or they are cultivating at that point of time, when they are merging in the Mahavishnu's body, and when the creation happens again in the second day of Brahma, all the living entities gets again a chance to enter into the universes with continuing with the same desires which they have in the previous day. So it's nothing by chance. Even in ultimate destruction, if the universe is completely dismantled, even after that, in the next creation, the same living entities will appear in different species according to the desires which they have in the previous creation. So many living entities, almost all the living entities has material desires to satisfy. And for that, the karma kand process is used many times. The well-civilized people, they take karma kand, they take the method of karma kand. Now there are three divisions: karma kand, jnana kand, and bhakti. Like there is x and y axis. Now in the center is the 0. In the left side is negative, -1, -2, -3, and the right side is positive, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the negative side is karma kand, and the 0, the center neutral side is, the neutral is jnana kand, and the positive side is bhakti. So in this way we have to understand. So karma kand is what? Simple language. One is performing action in order to fulfill his own desires, and these actions are approved by the Vedic scriptures. This is called karma kand. So they are not doing any adharma. Like for example, vivaha yajna, marriage ceremony. Now in order to satisfy his sensual desire, he is not breaking the rules. He is following the rule of a marriage ceremony, which is called vivaha yajna. But he is not doing for Lord's pleasure. He is doing for his own pleasure, actually. But gradually, by restricting his sensual desire only towards his wife and his family, and not breaking the rules and engaging himself in extramarital affairs, he will restrict his sense gratification, and gradually he will turn towards jnana kand later. Understanding the scriptures, understanding your own identity by reading scriptures and hearing Vedic scriptures, and after that understanding that I am not body, I am a soul. This is jnana kand. But here the person is not active yet in serving Lord. So the third level is upasana kand. In the third level, one becomes very active when he knows that his real identity is soul, and I'm not body, and I'm the part and parcel of Lord, then his main goal is to serve Lord, and then he acts in that way. So he starts hearing about Lord, he starts glorifying Lord, he serves the lotus feet of Lord, he performs aarti towards Lord, he distributes the literature of Lord, many practical services to do for Lord. He performs, he has a relationship of servitude or a friendship with Lord. So this is Upasana Kand. So there are three levels: Karma Kand, Jnana Kand, and Upasana Kand. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Charitamrita is talking about Karma Kand. There are many, among lakhs of people, 50% of the whole population, they are following dharma, and 50% they're adharmic. If you consider this point, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is highlighting Chaitanya Charitamrita to Sanatana Goswami. कोटी धर्मनिष्ठमध्ये एकज्ञानी श्रेष्ठ in among crores of people who are following religion. कोटी धर्मनिष्ठमध्ये एक कर्म, कोटी धर्मचारी मध्ये एक बहुत कर्मनिष्ठ. Among crores of people who are following dharma, majority of the people are following karma kand. So they go to the temple, they worship a god, and they want to fulfill some desire. That's why the worship is going on. So this is called karma kand. So you are performing a ritual or serving a particular deity or particular demigod, not for the sake of satisfying the demigod, but to satisfy your own desire. So obviously one is satisfying the demigod in different rituals, but not for the pleasure of the demigod, but so that I will get something from them. That's why he is performing different rituals to satisfy different demigods. So this is karma kand. So majority of the people in any religion, if you see, any religion, not to talk about only Sanatan Dharma, but in anywhere you see, majority, almost all, they are after material opulence. That's it. Dhana, Jana, Sundari, etc., etc. So this is karma kand, majority of the people. The second part. Now, koti karma nishtha madhe ekajnani sreshta. And among crores people who are materialistic, although coming under the circle of religion, but still they are materialistic. Even among them, ekajnani sreshta. One person will be following a Gyan Marga. Among crores of karmanishta, one person, Eka Gyani Shrestha. He's reading scriptures, reading Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Vedanta Sutra, all that. And even Koti Jnana Nishtha Madhe, Eka Jana Mukta. Even among all the crores of Gyanis, one will be liberated from the clutches of material miseries. And Koti Jana Mukta Madhe, Durlabha Eka Krishna Bhakta. And even among the crores of liberated souls, one will be a devotee of Lord Krishna. Such a rare thing. And Sri Prahlad Maharaj is a pure devotee of Lord. And while praying, he is highlighting a philosophical aspect of Lord, that by Lord's mercy, Lord has expanded himself. He, through the agency of external energy, Lord has created the subtle bodies of living entities. And the living entities are struggling in this material world. Why? Due to the subtle body, and especially due to the mind. And same parallelly, the verse is there in Bhagavad Gita. Mamai vamsho jiva loka jiva bhuta sanatana. Can anyone recite with me? Mamai vamsho jiva loka.
Mamai vamsho jiva loka.
Jiva bhuta sanatana.
Jiva bhuta sanatana.
Manas sasthani indriyani.
Manasasthani
इंद्रियाणि
Prakriti sthani karshati.
Prakriti
प्रकृति स्थाने कर्षति.
So Lord Krishna is very clearly implying that how a karshati means struggling. A soul is struggling in this universe. He's completely he's is there in the whirlpool of miseries. There is no doubt about this. And why? Why he's struggling? Due to mind. So whatever his mind says, following it. He's just following the dictation of mind. So mind wants this, okay, I will do this. Mind wants that, then I will do this. And mind is always flickering, never stable with his own decisions. So always changing. And this living entity is entrapped here due to this subtle body, especially mind, which is the king of all the senses. And the whole scriptures, all the scriptures are only directing specially how to control the mind and how to engage mind in the service of the Lord. Savai Mana Krishna Padaravinda. Amrish Maharaj first engaged his mind in Krishna's lotus feet. So here we just try to read and try to understand the purport here. So if the hand of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is present in everything, where is the question of being liberated from material engagement to spiritual blissful life? It is the fact that Krishna is the source of everything. As we understand from Krishna himself, Bhagavad Gita, this verse, Aham Sarvasya Prabho Mata Sarvam Pravartate Iti Matva Bhajante Mam Buddha Bhava Samanvita. Everything is coming from me. One who knows in this way, he is a real intelligent person. So for that person who is very elevated soul, when one advances in spiritual life, so for him nothing is material then. Because even the material energy is coming from Lord. Everything is coming from Lord, then there is no question of being liberated from material entanglement. For him, everything is Vishnu Maya or Krishna Maya. Everything is related to Krishna. So Krishna consciousness is nothing, is Krishna consciousness is nothing but, like for example, a boy is conscious about girl. Then he remembers that girl every now and then by seeing any object also. He remembers, like for example, a mother is conscious about his or her own child. Then even by looking at the shoes of her child, she remembers that child. So similarly, if one is elevated in position, when is attached to Lord Krishna, agar man lag gaya, if mind is attached to Krishna, then everything will be attached to Krishna. So an advanced devotee, for him no difference, material, spiritual. All the activities in both the spiritual and material world are certainly conducted by the orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the agency of either the material or spiritual nature. As further confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Maya Dhakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. Without the direction of the Supreme Lord, material nature cannot do anything. It cannot act independently. Therefore, in the beginning, the living entity wanted to enjoy the material energy and to give the living entity all facility. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, created this material world and gave the living entity the facility to concoct different ideas and plans to the mind. These facilities offered by the Lord to the living entity constitute the 16 kinds of perverted support in terms of knowledge, gathering senses, working senses, and the mind, and 5 material elements. So, philosophical statement this is, trying to simplify this, that why Lord Krishna created this material world. Many times people ask this question, if the material world is full of problems, then why Lord created us? Why Lord created this material world for us? The main reason is that the living entity want to enjoy, and we want to be separate from Lord. You want to enjoy separately. You don't want to cooperate with the plan of the Lord. And that's why Lord created this. Like for example, a small girl wants to cook in the kitchen. Now the mother is not going to allow, because direct contact with the fire is dangerous for a child. So mother will not allow. And in our earlier days, girls used to play with their kitchen sets. A toy kitchen set we used to get in market, and the mother used to buy that kitchen set from the market, a toy one. It's not a real kitchen set, and that particular kitchen set is given to that girl, and then she gets engaged in that cooking food, and it's complete. The whole thing is false only. It's not a reality. But all the children are also, they enjoy this kitchen play, and then there's some child becomes a husband, and another girl becomes a wife, and then some children becomes they become the relatives, and they have their supper and all that. So this is a play for them. For the mother, it's just a play, but the children are so much engrossed in it, and they as if it's a reality. But when they are hungry, especially when the girl becomes hungry, she will not eat, or she will not be able to cook the food from that particular kitchen set. She will approach her own mother, and then when the mother will give her food, then she can satisfy her hunger. Similarly, we want to have a kitchen set, we want to enjoy separately. And that's why Lord gave this universe as a kitchen set for us. And when we are so busy in this kitchen set, which is His whole universe, we are busy in our own work, we are busy in our own family, relatives, and all that. And the moment we get a hunger for Lord, then Lord gives us His mercy. So this is like Lord is giving a chance for a living entity to satisfy his desire. At the same time, Lord is also giving a chance to again rebuild or re-establish the relationship with the Lord. So this is the purpose of the material universe. Like a jail is created by a government to correct the criminals and to punish the criminals. Similarly, this universe is created to punish the living entities who don't cooperate with the laws of the Lord, and also to correct them. One who improves himself, he will be liberated from that particular jail. So here, Lord is giving a chance to a living entity with the elements. He is also giving some material elements like 5 knowledge acquiring senses like eyes, ears, tongue, etc. And working senses also, hands, legs, etc. And also the 5 elements which is the body made of earth, water, fire, etc. And the subtle body, mind, intelligence, ego, and the time element. So all these products are also coming along with the creation. Now this whole package is full of 24 elements plus 2 more elements, that is soul and super soul. Now the whole universe is composed of these 26 elements. I again continue the purport. The wheel of repeated birth and death is created by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but to direct the bewildered living entity in progress toward liberation, according to the varied stages of advancement, different directions are given in the Vedas. If one wants to be elevated to the higher planetary system, he may follow the Vedic directions. As the Lord states in Bhagavad Gita, Yanti Deva Vrita Devan Pitra Yanti Pitravata Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja Yanti Madhyagyanupimam. So the meaning of the verse is that one who worships demigods will take birth among the demigods, who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings, and those who worship ancestors go to ancestors, and those who worship me will live with me. The real purpose of the Vedas is to direct one back home, back to Godhead. But the living entity, not knowing the real purpose of the life, wants to go sometimes here and sometimes there and do sometimes this and sometimes that. In this way, he wanders throughout the entire universe, imprisoned in various species, and thus engages in various activities for which he must suffer the reactions. So, Lord Krishna, when he gives birth to various living entities in the material world, at the same time, he also gives directions to the living entities through Vedic scriptures or through different acharyas or through different representatives. So when he gives these Vedic scriptures, it's not just for only devotees, because everyone don't want to have devotion towards Lord. There will be many people who want sense gratification. Now, how to do that sense gratification in a better way? So there is a karma kand. That's a majority of the people, they think that this is the ultimate thing, that to get material objects by worshipping Lord, this is the ultimate goal of life. And Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is highlighting in the 2nd chapter. Yam imam pushpitam vacham pravadanti avipashitaha vedavada ratah partha na anyat asiti vadina kamatmana swargapara janma karma phala pradan kriya vishesha bahulan bhogaishwarya gatim prati. So in 2nd chapter, these 2 verses are there, that one is getting stuck into the flowery language of the Vedic scriptures, because in Vedas is full of karma kand, and Upanishads is full of jnana kand, and the 6th Purana, especially the mode of goodness, it's about upasana kand, bhakti. So when people are stuck with the Vedas, the karma kand section, only performing religious rituals or yajnas or sacrifices or worshipping the Lord only for the sake of material benefits, going to heaven, coming back from heaven, getting a birth in an aristocratic family or rich family, or become a very handsome personality or a very beautiful personality. So for that one, become very rich in next life, or going to a moon or heavenly planets or any other lokas. So these are the desires of the most of the living entities, they want to enjoy material happiness and material opulence. So nowadays people don't have access towards heavenly planets, so they just desire having opulence only in this world, or fame, or to become famous and all that. So these Vedavadi people or the Karmakandi people feel that there is nothing about this. And Krishna says to Arjuna, Trayaguna Vishayveda Nistrayaguna Bhava Arjuna. Arjun, you come out from this world. You don't get stuck with the flowery language of the Vedas, or don't get carried away by these so-called Vedic followers. So you have to come above all the three modes of three modes. That is bhakti. Bhakti is above all the three modes. Anya Bilashita Shunyam Jnana Karma Navratam Anukullena Krishna Anushunam Bhaktir Uttama. So topmost path is Bhakti Yoga. So Lord Krishna gives different instructions for different living beings because they have different desires. Some people want to go to demigods abode, then they can worship demigods. Some people want to again have relation with their ancestors. So there is for Pitra Loka. And some people wants to have, there are some people who are in the mode of ignorance, Tamas Gun. They perform black magic and all that, and they enter again into the ghostly spirits life. And there are some people, very rare, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanvan Mam Prapadante Vasudem Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. Very rare person who after many births, they want to have association of Lord Vasudev, or they want to enter into the abode of Lord Krishna. So for that, they worship Lord Krishna. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, therefore, so until and unless one doesn't come to the platform of worshipping Lord Krishna, he will be bound by the reactions, karmic reactions. And again, he has to enter into the cycle of birth and rebirth. Even he enters into heavenly planet. Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam, shine punyam martalokam vishanti. So even entering into the heavenly abodes, one has to again come down in these earthly planets when his pious deeds fruits are finished. So that's why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore says, Brahmand Brahmite Kona Bhagyavana Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata Bija. So that person is very fortunate, one who gets a seed of devotion. The fallen conditioned living entity trapped by external energy loiters in the material world, but if by good fortune he meets a bona fide representative of the Lord who gives him the seed of devotional service, if he takes advantage of such a guru or representative of God, he receives Bhakti Lata Bij, the seed of devotional service. If he properly cultivates Krishna consciousness, he is then gradually elevated to the spiritual world. The ultimate conclusion is that one must surrender to the principles of Bhakti Yoga, for then one will gradually attain liberation. No other method of liberation from the material struggle is at all possible. So Srila Prabhupada ji, very mercifully, he is clearing all the doubts. There is no way out. Only and only Bhakti Yoga. Only this process of Bhakti will save us from the clutches of repeated birth and death. And for that, one has to follow the procedure or the principles of Bhakti Yoga. So what is the Bhakti Yoga process? What are the steps? Number 1, Shraddha, having faith towards Lord. Having faith in the process. Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, association of devotees. Third, Bhajana Kriya, chanting, hearing, serving. Anartha Nivritti. Then all the mishaps, all the bad qualities will get deleted from your heart. And then Nishtha, determination in serving Lord. Then taste, Ruchi, having a taste in holy name, in hearing Lord's glories and serving Lord. Then Asakti, attachment towards Lord. Then Bhav, emotion, feelings, in like a friendly feelings or a feelings of a servitorship for Lord. And the last is Prema, is spontaneous love towards Lord. These are the principles. These are the steps in devotional service. And among them, one is very important between Shraddha and Sadhu Sangha. That is Guru Padashray. Here it is written, one is fortunate when he gets a seed of devotional service from spiritual master. And spiritual master is greater than the Lord because he gives Lord to us. Like for example, which is greater? Crore rupees are greater or crorepati is greater? Obviously, crorepati who possesses many crores of rupees, he is much greater than the crore rupee. So similarly, Krishna is great, but one who gives Krishna is greater than Krishna. So that's why in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, first chapter, it is said that in Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says in his verse, Jive sakshat nahi tate Chaitya Guru Rupe. So a jiva, a living entity will not be able to see Lord or not be able to understand what Paramatma or super soul in the heart wants. So Krishna Bhakta Haya Mahanta Swarupe. So Krishna Bhakta, a guru, the Lord manifests himself externally in the form of guru and then he guides. So where somebody wants to become a cricketer, he cannot become a cricketer in one day. Or he cannot become cricketer by just reading a book of a cricket or watching cricket. He needs a coach, even to hold, how to hold a bat, how to stand on the crease is explained by a coach literally. If somebody wants to become a heart surgeon, just by reading a book of heart surgery or just by seeing a YouTube video of heart surgery, if someone declares that I have become now heart surgeon, or I will do treatment freely, no one will come towards him. Because until unless you don't take a proper degree from an institute, similarly, until and if you don't join and take initiation from a proper sampradaya, and our sampradaya is very great, and until unless he doesn't practice and implement the teachings of bhakti in his life under the guidance of a superior person, like a doctor become doctor not just by degree, but he has to practice under a senior surgeon, and then he becomes and emerge as a doctor. Similarly, if you really want to become a devotee, by following the example of Prahlad Maharaj, he was so fortunate that he got instruction of Narad Muni. He was blessed with the greatest guru of the universe, Sri Narad Muni, and he grasped the teachings of Narad Muni in the womb of mother, and not only just understood the theory, but also implemented in his whole life. And also Prahlad Maharaj, later in the prayers, he also says that my real goal is to preach. So there are many people in the universe who are dharmic, who are sages, but they are busy in their own bhajan or their own sadhana. They are not concerned about many living entities. But we are coming from a sampradaya of Prahlad Maharaj or Narad Muni. So we should imbibe this quality of becoming sincere towards Lord, sincerely serving Lord, and glorifying Lord the way Prahlad Maharaj is doing, and at the same time preaching the name fame of Lord. So this verse, very philosophically explained by Prahlad Maharaj, is praying to the Lord, and Lord really like when a devotee prays, and in that prayers, if when Lord hears about his own qualities, about his own greatness, because like normal living entity also likes when he gets praises. Similarly, this attitude, this habit is coming from Lord only. This quality is coming from Lord. And Lord Krishna gets very pleased when a sincere devotee prays, and especially highlight the philosophical aspect of Lord. This is very rare. Usually people pray only for material things. But a devotee even highlights a philosophical aspect. That's why even in Kunti Maharani's prayer, the prayers start with Nama Pankaja Nama Nama Pankaja Maline. And there is one verse, it says Antar Bahir Avasthita. Kunti Maharani says, you are there in each and every living being also, and you are outside the universe also, inside the universe also, outside the living entity also, inside the living entity also. You are everywhere. So philosophical aspect is highlighted almost in all the prayers. And very important, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami says that don't be lazy. Okay, don't be lazy to not to understand the philosophical aspect of scriptures, because philosophy make you determined. Okay, चित्ते ना करिया आलस, सिद्धांत बलिया चित्ते, सिद्धांत बलिया चित्ते ना करिया आलस, इहा है ते कृष्ण लागी सुदृढ़ मानस. So when one is very well versed with the philosophical aspect of the scriptures, when one understands very well the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, and especially the purports of Srila Prabhupada, so his determination to serve Lord will increase more and more and never deteriorate. Thank you so much. Here I will end. Hare Krishna. Any questions you have, you can ask.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for such a beautiful class. I don't have question, but we have raised hand. Nikita Mataji, please go ahead with your question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for such a wonderful class. Prabhuji, I have a question. I want to know more about, like you said, that for an advanced devotee, there is no difference between material and non-material things. Can you give some examples for that?
For an advanced devotee, Bhagavad Gita Krishna says, Yomam pashyati sarvatra sarvam chamai pashyati, tasya hamna pranashyami sachamena pranashyati. Wherever my pure devotee sees, he sees me only. Chaitanya Charitamrit, same thing parallelly repeated. Sthavara jangama dekhi na dekhtar murti, sarvatra haya nija ishtadeva spurti. So when a living entity, when an advanced devotee sees things, we usually see the bodies of living entities, but when an advanced devotee sees things, he sees everyone as a part and parcel of Lord and not the external coverings. So when especially a person who is living in a family life, earlier, before coming to Krishna consciousness, our goal was to earn money and to enjoy opulence, and also my family should also enjoy. That was our goal. But the moment we come to Krishna consciousness, our attitude changes. Okay, earlier everyone used to exploit each other. A husband exploits wife for enjoying himself, and a wife exploits husband. Children exploit their parents for their own motives, and the parents also want something from the children. So everything there is, even the employee boss relation also similar way. But the moment you come in devotional life, when you understand each and every is a part and parcel of Lord, although one is wife, one is husband, one is children, but one is not exploiting each other. We are just having a relationship linking with the Lord. So when the center is Krishna, automatically we will stop exploiting each other, and we will always see each and every person as part and parcel of Lord. And then definitely there will be no enviousness. So this is an advanced stage, but this will gradually happen. So actually there is nothing material. Like for example, person who is a newcomer, for him one may say, oh, this woman is Maya, or for woman is man is Maya, or family life is Maya and all that. But for a pure devotee is nothing Maya. I will give a very crude example for this. Like a snake, when a snake bites, in Ayurveda, when a snake bites, the medicine also is snake's poison only. The snakes bites, and when the poison enters into the body, the same poison, maybe in a different way, it is given to the particular person as a medicine, and it acts as a medicine and he gets cured. But similarly, our vision, when we say that this is Maya, this is material, this material, but the same material becomes a transcendental for us. And Prabhupada gives one more example in this, that an iron rod, when it comes in connect with the fire, it imbibes the quality of a fire, although the iron rod never becomes a fire. So similarly, although we see the material bodies, we see a house is made of matter, everything is material in that sense. But when it is connected with Krishna, somehow or the other, it has a transcendental value. Like a arti plate, or a conch, or a chamar, or a morpank. It is used in Krishna's service. Although it is a matter, is made of material. A laptop, when a brahmachari is using a laptop for preaching, it's a material thing. But when it is used for Lord, it imbibes the quality of transcendence. In this vision, we accept it as a spiritual. So because matter is coming from Lord, and even spirit is coming from Lord. So everything is coming from Lord. Then how can we negate something and accept something? So in a broad vision, a devotee neither rejects anything, neither becomes unnecessarily attached with something. He uses everything for the service of the Lord. I hope I have touched your understanding somewhere or the other. Okay.
Yes,
Any other
Prabhuji.
questions?
Yes, Prabhuji, we have chat questions. Would you like to take them?
Yes, yes. I don't have any issue.
Okay. Okay, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, could you please teach us how one will understand the mind? The mind is attached to Krishna or not attached to Lord? Okay.
In provoking situations, how we behave, especially when things are okay and when we have all the facilities to perform devotional service and we are doing it, that is okay. But even in provoking situations, when you don't have proper facility, if all opposition is there and still the mind desires that I want to chant more, when you have free time, you feel that bas ho gaya, but chanting is a burden, then obviously mind needs something material. So by the symptoms is like, it depends upon your actions. Mind is a center point, is a control of all the senses. So the behavior and the dealing of a person reflects the situation of a mind. So ऐसे नहीं कि मन में कुछ और हम कर कुछ और रहे हैं. You know, we are doing something and then in mind there is something. You can act for some time. You cannot act for a long time. So it depends upon your actions. Whether your actions are inclined to Krishna consciousness, how much time you devote to Lord, that defines your condition of your mind. Just say, for example, if the mind is attached to a son, for a mother, when the mind is attached to a son, she spend her almost whole day in serving her son when a child is small. That's why we can give a guarantee, okay, this mother has a lot of attachment for her son. Similarly, how much time we devote for Lord, this shows that the mind is attached to the Lord or not. Okay, thank you.
Very beautiful example, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. There is one more question. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for wonderful class. I have a question. If Jnana Kanda and Jnana Yoga is the same, Upasana Kanda and Bhakti Yoga is the same.
If Jnana Kanda is, again, repeat the question, please.
Jnana Kanda and Jnana Yoga is the
Okay.
same.
Okay.
Upasana Kanda and Bhakti Yoga.
Okay. Always remember this, when the yoga word is used, is the connection with the Lord, linking with the Lord. So Jnana Kanda is a marga, is a path. Okay. So there is a slight difference. There's a minor difference here. The word itself, Jnana Kanda, here it is a path. It's a way to link with God. And when Jnana Yoga is a destiny of that particular path, connection with the Lord. So when one says that he's a Jnana Yogi, or when one says that he's following the Jnana Kanda, there is a difference, slight difference. When he says the following the Jnana Kanda, then he's a sadhaka. He's a struggler yet. But when he becomes a Jnana Yogi, then he achieved the position. He linked his knowledge in service to Lord. So spiritual knowledge, when one attains spiritual knowledge, he tries to understand Krishna through Vedic scriptures. This is Jnana Yoga. Secondly, Upasana Kanda. Upasana Kanda can also be worshipping the demigods. Okay, in Upasana Kanda, there are many Puranas is about demigod worship. But among all the worship, because Supreme Lord Krishna himself in Bhagavad Gita also says that everything is part and parcel of mind. Sutre Mana Gine, even the Devatas are dependent on Krishna. So ultimately, when the Upasana is on the climax stage, when one starts worshipping Lord Krishna. So in Upasana Kanda, there are different Upasanas. So the topmost seat, Lord Krishna or Vishnu? Okay, I hope I have given the answer. Thanks.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I'm just checking if there are any more questions.
I think there is a question.
Okay,
Karma
there
Yoga
is one more
Samyam.
question. Is Karma Yoga is done through Karma Kanda?
Yeah. Karma Kanda here is performing action inclined with the Vedic injunction, inclining with the Vedic injunctions. Like for example, taking that Vivah Yajna. I've given an example of Vivah Yajna, marriage ceremony. Now, Vedic scriptures, it is allowed to conduct a marriage or allowed to get married. So when this marriage is done with a desire to enjoy whatever, the family life or sensual life, whatever. When a desire is just only this that I want to enjoy, then it is Karma Kanda. And when one performs this Vivah Yajna in order to satisfy Vishnu or Krishna, keeping Krishna in the center and living the marital life, both husband and wife are performing devotional service of towards Krishna, and they're serving Krishna. Although they're working, they're earning money, but they are also serving Krishna by body, by mind, by money, etc. Then this is called Karma Yoga. So devoting our fruits to Lord Krishna, performing material action, but whatever fruits we are getting from that material action, we are devoting it to Lord or dedicating it to Lord. That is called Karma Yoga. And Karma Kanda is that performing the actions which are inclined with the Vedic injunctions, but in order to satisfy your own senses. So there is a difference. So the purpose decides whether it is Karma Kanda or Karma Yoga. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, if anybody having any more questions, please, you can raise your hand. Yeah. If there are no more questions, then we can end the call here. I would like to
Thank you
offer
so much, Prabhuji. Wonderful class, very beautiful answers. Thank you so much.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much. And very nice
Thank you so much.
examples. Thank you so much. If there are no more questions, we can end the call here. I would like to offer my obeisances to Prabhuji and all the Vaishnavas assembled on the call.
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
Koti Vaishnava Srila Prabhupada Jai
ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय
Jai
जय गौर प्रेमानंद।